Well, today is March 9th, Saturday. It's about 9 o'clock at night right now. So in the workshop, got my new radiator installed from Champion Radiators. I bought it on vintagejeeper.com, Sal Walter's site. Yeah, that's as it should be. Fits right in. Mounting it wise, I had to remount one hole. For me, I just took my cutoff wheel and just made a bigger slot, but it's about ½ inch off. I don't know, it fits in well. So right now it's got 6 quarts of coolant in it right now. It's still not full. So I need more, but for now it's at least has some than none to start up with. So, and then this hose, I still want to replace it, but I can't find nothing online. Kaiser, I've bought 3 different hoses, nothing works for this right angle. So I'm gonna wait, go to the store with the truck, take it to Advance Auto, have one kind of custom made there as for now. It works. Anyway, that's that stuff. And what else? So we talked about the fuel line and all that stuff. For wire harnesses, I got my main harness for the headlights and taillights wrapped up in loom. It's much neater than 3 cables going across. Probably take this thing off I put on. Comes here, zip ties into my relay that I made. So this thing hides the wire. Then on the outside, you can zip tie your relays to. I want to have 2 more to put on still. So that's my horn. I have 1 more for those floodlights, and then I probably have 1 more for reverse lights. So that's about 3 total I need. And I might need a 4th one for my compressors, but that's probably about it. We'll see. And then this is my horn wire. I tidied up all up here. It's all tidied up. This wire here goes into the fuse, and this goes all the way to your key. For me, I don't want the fuse box running on the key. I want it hot wired. So as soon as the night switch is turned on, this is live. So that means at a car show, take the key with me, but yet I can have this still on and have all my engine bay lights on, have my rock lights on for car shows. So that's okay with me. And really, it just has my headlight beam, hood lights, and then I will have the module for the rock lights that has it's set up. I'll have it going to here, so I have my switches. So I'll have my rock lights, I'll have my cabin lights, and then the cabin lights also have my, that'll really be it. So I just need 2 for the rock lights, outside, inside, hood lights. I still have 1 and 5 more to go. So I have 5 more total. So then 1's reverse lights. It gives me 4 available slots left for fuses. 1's going to be for my radiator fan. So that's 1. So that's 3 more left. So, hey, 3 extra. I'll take that. Could have other options. So that's that. Meanwhile, back to this. So I made the wire shorter, just jumped it to here. Instead of 4 feet of wire, it's now, I still made it long enough. If I ever want to reconfigure it, it's got some extra room to cut and splice. And then this wire, I forget what it's for, but it needs ground. So I just made it right to this. So looped it back to here. So that's all tidied up. Then my horn wire, fuse box, goes fuse, goes down to this, to a relay, bounces back to the horn itself. But then the horn itself, the button's down there for the steering column. So I routed it there, zip tied to the brake line, cross brake line, up to here, and then just taped it part of the harness. So it's not 2 separate harnesses. A little bit neater. So only thing left to hook up to the truck total is left is my headlights on both sides. And then also right here I have my red is for reverse lights, and this white one is for my fuel gauge. That's all that's left there. And then down here, those wires need to go there to the high beam, low beam switch. Yeah, that needs done still. And that's it for wires. I'm done wiring. I'm gonna take my cleaner off so I can go ahead and get these cables put on with ease and then put that back on. Ooh, something else I need to do still. So this red wire coming up here that goes to here, that needs also active voltage power. So I probably need to route this, cut a few zip ties off, and then run it across this way to the fuse box. Now my fuse box is set up for switches, and I don't need it on a switch because it already has its own switch. So I just need to have a fuse for it. So I'm probably just gonna do run it across and connect to here, positive power right there. But in between here and there, which I need to splice more wire anyway, I'll add a fuse just like this. So it's a separate fuse. So that's the plan there. So that gives it its own fuse to be safe, but yet it's not part of the fuse box switch panel. So that's the plan there. All right, what else for wiring? That's about it. On the radiator itself, for now, it's a hose that drops off the edge. It's not secure, nor do I have a bottle to catch and reuse coolant. And I want to be more classical, Coke bottle, moonshine can, bottle, mason jar, I don't know. Glass ideas are cool, but it will crack if it doesn't get mounted right. So I do have plenty of holes to mount something to, make a mount. That's a good option there, but I don't know what to use. My previous radiator, while I was running it, I got a few whiskey bottles, old ones. Mounting it was pretty weird. They're not a regular shape, they're half moon shaped. It's pretty hard to make a mount. That didn't work out well, but something like that. So there's something else for the future to figure out. What else? That's really about it. Okay, move back here into the cabin now. So this harness that's up here still is for my floodlights, for the bumper, my amber aux beam. They're cheap, they work. Floodlights, ambers. But the harness I have needs to be modified in so much ways. It's got a relay. It's got its wires for the fuse box to my switch, which in the haps already, they're too short. So I need to cut them and lengthen them a few inches. That needs done. The rest of it's just for the light, that's simple. And this thing I cut off because it's way too darn long. I don't need an extra switch. This is set up for without a switch panel. So you can just have a simple switch on the dash to hit. Like I have that panel. I don't need the switch. So I disabled it. Cut it off. And goes down to the switch down here. Yeah, I don't need the switch. So I'm trying to figure out, so I cut it off, that's great. But now I'm trying to figure out what wire do I need to, there's 3 wires. White, red, white, blue, and black. One of them is to supply power for the LEDs. The other 2, I could probably jump so I can disable the switch. But which ones are which? And once you get down to here, to the switch itself, they change. No more white, no more blue. They're now yellow, black, and red. I'm confused. So, meanwhile, it's not going to get installed. So I figure out how to hot wire it, solder it. So that's that deal. And then here's my oil line for the oil pressure. Up there's got a fitting that goes to the gauge. But down here, I cut it off just because I had to paint the firewall, make it super pretty. And that in returns means I need the fitting back on it, which the fitting's on the motor block, so I don't lose it. Way down there. But I gotta figure out how to slip that back on there, so then I'm good. I don't like to really use this. Get a new one, so it's more crystal clear to see it, and I'm not worried about this cracking over time. So I don't mind getting a new one, but still, figure that out. Now the cabin, I moved my VIN plate since my brake master has now been moved, well, added on from Wildwood. So my VIN plates now needs to be put somewhere else. I know my 62 truck, vent plates are here, which is fine, but this is way too thick of a steel attached in, and we reinforced it for the body mount. So I'd only go here, plus I'm kind of worried when the door shuts, it may want to hit this vent plate. So I prefer it here, just for visual. Open the door, you see it right away, for car show's sake. So I put it here. I made sure here to here and here to here is equal. Inch and 1.6-ish inches. Then here to here, I think it's like 4 3/4. And the same as here. So it's on. I was gonna use screws that were on the vent plate for the firewall, but I kept trying to troubleshoot what size bit to use. And eventually I don't want to go too big and I kind of can't go back. So I went to a size and just use rivets. It's more stronger, it's more permanent, so that works. So I found a big rivet because this panel, the corner has been chipped that way. So it needs a big washer, so I just get a big rivet. And these ones are okay, these small rivets. I prefer to use the same as this one to make them all match, but I only have one. So that's how it's gonna be. And then now you see 2 stickers here. Well, they're not stickers, they're on magnets. So you gotta move them, reuse them, repaint the Jeep, take them off, put them back on. I've been doing this since my first CJ5 back when I was 15, 16 years old. So it's going well. Except a few, like this one's like basically a year old. This one's almost as my first Jeep. Has so many layers of paint stuck to it. So tried my best to scrape it off, clean it, and then put this on this one. But yeah, this one's like basically newish. And then you get the 3M adhesion with magnetic backing from McMaster. It's about 1 foot by 3 foot sheets for like $10 each. That's what I've been using for every year. Usually get 1 sheet a year. You accumulate stickers. Now with Jenny, I think this is the Jeep I'm gonna keep. So I'm starting to think I'm willing to put a sticker on the truck without magnets. Just slap it on there, call it good. And don't ever take it off. I'm okay with that at this point for this truck. But not till it's fully complete. And I do all my sanding and buffings on my patina. And really think through it. Do I want to put that sticker? And it's gonna be there for life. The tailgate, I think I'm okay with that for like where you travel, bumper stickers. You visit different cities, that's fine with me for the tailgate. But the front clip fenders, the grille, the hood, I don't want stickers at all, or even paint on it, like stenciling, no. On the front here, I keep all my memberships I'm part of. So Overland Bound, got that in 2018. My Erie Jeep Club, my hometown. Then the Rough Rider group that Paul puts on. So that's my groups I'm part of. I'm part of more groups, but the groups that have stickers or badges, that's all I have for now. So that's those. On my dashboard, it's my own sticker from my first Jeep ever, Hawkeye. My Helen Jeep 47-2A. Dad made this magnetic sheet that matches my banner for the garage. Well, I don't really like that so much, but I take it as a gift. It's a bit too much YouTube, and the thumbs up's wrong, and yeah, it's for the shop only. So this one's okay with, only like a batch of a dozen made. That's there. They're over here by flat fender, monthly. And I used to do martial arts, my block belt, so they give us a magnetic. He's like, where's the best place to put it? In the house? No. Toolboxes, I don't really have toolbox to put magnets on. It's like, in my Jeep, perfect. Over here, Epic Willie's Adventure, again, I have a smaller one. And then Northwest Jeepcast podcast I listen to, they always talk about me. How many Jeeps I've owned. Every new Jeep I buy, okay, yeah. Then by the way, I put a duck finally on the visor. Amazon, like $5 for 2 ducks. They are like ceramics. They will crack and shatter and break at some point. For $5, it's a duck. Sure. Because I don't have a true, that's my dashboard. I don't have dashboard space to put ducks that Jeepers get. On the fender it shows, that's fine, But full-time when I'm traveling, there is no ducts to store. Now there is space up here in these circles. The big common ducts you get, they will fit in these circles. So I can store some minimum favorable ducts I keep up in there. The small ones will fit, but they'll bounce out. So I'm gonna use this space for duct storage for car shows, summertime. I get more space up in here, but be honest, I keep that more for hand tools. So I'll make some kind of netting or something to keep some basic hand tools, screwdriver, combination wrench. My big pocket knife from Condor fits up in here. Machete kind of knife. That's what I store up there. Eventually I'm gonna put a LCD screen for a reverse camera right there as well. So anyway, and let's go back here, backboard. I try to organize in categories. So again, this is memberships, more personal for myself, podcasts, listenings, and then here's some businesses and products I use on the Jeep. So Factory 55 hooks, trail stamps, Max Tracks, this is Jeeper, tossed in the Reunion. I don't ever go to Midwest, but I got the sticker somehow, so I put it there. Kind of fits in. Bilsteins are kind of hiding. I don't have Bilsteins yet, but I will be soon, some point this summer, ordering them. So I got them at a trade show. I'll put them down here. They're kind of hidden, but that's those. And on this side, we got Kaiser Willys, Blue Ridge Overland Gator bag. So I have Blue Ridge bags I use for tool bags. KC lights, which I have KC's on my hood. And then Overland Bound again. Local off-road shop. And then Barnes. Surprisingly, I don't have any Barnes products on this Jeep. All my other Jeeps I've had. Anyway. Sometimes you just promote businesses that are not really involved with your Jeeps. Just that's around yourself. So that's that. And then I have a little red-eye garage from Seth. Seth, I would rather put you in the ceiling, which I'll show you next, as friends and the Jeep community that I'm friends with on Instagram and YouTube. They're on the ceiling, but your still sticker and magnet is pretty weak, so we're not going to the ceiling. So on the ceiling, this is textured, so you lose some grip for magnetic. So it's not the best as going to this board. I try my best to get some of it off, but I gave up after that. It's rough. So up here we have Dirt Head from Dirt Every Day, 7 Bar Savage. We got Life of Trevor. We got Taylor Wise, Jeep The Ultimate Adventure, Jeep Doc, 65 CG5, Built Different Garage, of course I Am Jake, California Jeepin', and then you have Old 6th Court. So that's what I have up there for now. I Am Jake on center because it's kind of motivation and watching him on his journeys all the time. I've been asked multiple times at car shows, oh, that's your sticker, your name is Jake. No, that's just friends. That's kind of why the stickers are on the ceiling. To me, that's meaningful to me, but yeah, that's why they're up there. No, I'm not Jake. So that's that. Dashboard wise, again, I just have to get this installed back. The wires are not hooked up, go over there. So that's what's left. All right, that's back to the back. Some exciting things came in the mail finally. My doors are being dropped off tomorrow evening to my friend Patrick. He's going to help me rebuild the whole door, plus my 2 wagon doors for parts. And we're going to make me a set of half doors plus full size doors for me. So that's that stuff. And over here is the fun stuff. So we get the Radiator in the mail. Now I've ordered this Saturn Overdrive from Vintage Jeeper back when he first released it back in Thanksgiving last year, and it finally has arrived. So I am actually kind of surprised it's actually an Advanced Adapters product, but anyhow, it arrived. Not much of my knowledge base of I never actually used one. I've seen them. I've always wanted one. Never could afford it. And I still probably can't afford it, but I put on a credit card and it's been paid off. But yeah, now I have one. That's great, but I'm trying to figure out how to install it, and I don't want to screw it up, so I'm going to have someone come over and help me out. Yeah, that's where I'm at. The biggest thing is probably just the shift linkage to really figure that out, get it tuned, the shift right. That's my main challenge here. Bolting this up to the PTO cover, that's darn easy. And then trying to align the gears, that's one challenge there. So you gotta watch some videos. Just a catalog. But yeah, that came in the mail. And then back here on the Jeep itself, we got my taillight brackets put on. Kaiser, they're on, ready for lights. My air compressor, in the box, my tank here. We got mounts made as I showed before. See, I just gotta install these. I'm truthfully probably just gonna bolt them, just so I have the ease of in life. If I ever need to modify or move it someplace, it's boltable. They're not stuck and welded on. So I'm gonna bolt them on. Yeah, I've yet to get to my exhaust. Nothing at all. And then working on overdrive, my rear yoke seal, my handbrake cables. I'm not gonna do that until the Jeep's on the lift. So it's high up there. I can sit on the stool and work right in there and work on it. Now the problem is it's up on the lift. Yeah, it's higher up, but you're still between chassis and ground. It's the same as the lift. I'm not gaining anything. So my idea is maybe try to spin the truck 90 degrees and face it there. If I have enough room, I know I have a length, just the hassle of turning the truck sideways. I'll figure it out, but turn it sideways. Hopefully I can get the skid plate at least, just enough of the skid plate to overhang on that. I should have enough forward weight to let it overhang there. Lift up and the whole back end's off the ground. I can get my wheel cart, get my body right in between the cab, sit right there and just work on it with no issue. Then back here, I can have a stool, set the back chassis down so it's got some safety there. Back tires can be off. That's my goal here, to work on it with a lot more ease. No more snow, so there's full shop to myself like it's been all year. It's supposed to snow tonight. It's about 10 minutes to 11 o'clock right now. I'm told it's supposed to be 8 inches of snow by morning. Let's see, it's been a while. I've not been outside since 8 o'clock. No snow. Not even raining. Okay, that's good at least. Alrighty, so there's that for my updates for Jenny. And then for my speaker, I kept talking about, I made these little exhaust pipe things. I'm starting to think I'm really going overboard my truck build. I know of a friend in Wattsburg, about 20 minutes away. He's got a, I don't know what year, but it's 1990s YJ on 42-inch tires, bead locks, tons, Ford V8 swap. Yeah. Custom cage sliders, everything. He does metal fab. It's like, I asked him, can you make me a simple hoop? So I'm thinking about adding a hoop in here that goes down, ties into the cab with 4 bolts, then in the bottom of the cab, 4 bolts, ties to the frame, goes up, hoops, across, and then down. I can attach my speaker right to it more securely. I can even make mounts that tie into here, come down into here, they come out the back for my reverse lights, and for safety it has a nice hoop. So in case I ever do roll this truck over, it's got a nice hoop to it, to the chassis, not just built as the sheet metal, it's to the cab chassis. So, or even just ties to the body mount even, that should be enough. Pretty much there's not much room back then there, I guess, so that'll do. So that's my idea. Of course with that, he wants a truck in his shop, which is not too far. I can trailer or drive it over, which I'd rather drive it over there. And it'd be probably more of a summertime project. So, yeah. Summertime for that. As well, I'm going to have him work on my sliders for me, custom rock sliders for me. He has a tube bender. Do that work. Maybe a custom box for my compressors for me. So that's the plan with me and him. Then he's got a 4 9-inch rear axle as well. Same width as the one I just bought, with shafts and everything. Told me he's from a 1970s pickup truck. So that's what's out of 76, 79 zone of a truck. Yeah, that's what he's got for now. So might snag that for the shafts at least, shafts and brakes. But the carrier itself, I need A or B. So there's that. All right, that's enough for the video. 26 minutes. So thanks for watching, listening, updates, sticker bomb, vent pipe moved, wiring, new radiator. My overdrive finally arrived. Door updates, not really much, just what's happening next. So, alrighty, that's all. So.